everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Samantha Izundu and today we have my weekly roundup where I kind of got everything in front of me, things that are new, things that are empty and I've finished, things that I am loving, things that I actually have an extra category today of decluttering. I've got a couple of items that I no longer want, and then I'm also going to talk through a few products that I've rotated in through the week and then what I'm rotating out and bringing back and then having new products in. That way I'm kind of circulating through my collection in an intentional way and getting use of products that I love or want to try more for the whole week. So let's start off with what is new, because that is the most exciting. I only have one item that is new, and I won this at work. Often that is a way that I get new products. I'm not always buying things. I'm trying to not buy as much this year. Even last year I didn't buy as much as I have in the previous years because I already have so much that I love and enjoy. But you know, when you're a makeup lover, there's always things that catch your eye. But this one I won in, if you don't know, I work at Mecca and we have what's called Meccaversity, where we do online learning, and sometimes randomly you might win something from doing that learning module. So I won the Mecca Cosmetica In Good Light Illuminating Drops. I remember doing this a very long time ago, so I didn't think I won anything, but I did. So I got to pick the shade. It doesn't mean you get that shade, but I did pick Dusk. And I recently saw this go mini viral on TikTok, so it looks like I picked the right shade. But the reason why I picked this is they had the regular like pearl, like goldy champagne, bronzy color, but I have a lot of those kinds of products. So this one is actually intended for deep skin tones as like a glowy highlighter product, but I liked it as like a burnt kind of blush drop look. So we're kind of in that realm of like blush drops, but these are called illuminating drops. So it's that same idea, but I wanted to use it more like a blush. So I should have worn it today, shouldn't I? That's okay, I'm gonna leave it for a future video, but I will swatch it for you. Here's what it looks like, and it just blends out really nicely. It's kind of like that burnt red, pinky kind of color. And I think once you use it with a brush or a sponge over the top of foundation, I think it's gonna look quite natural and pretty. In saying that, I haven't actually used it on my face yet, but I'm super grateful to have that. So that is something that will go in my blush drawer. I think that's how I'm going to use it. Let's get into products that I want to declutter. So I haven't done this in the previous weeks, but that's because I've had nothing that I wanted to declutter. But I did notice this was in my lip drawer, and it's not something I'm ever going to use, and I don't want it to sit there and rot. This is from Burt's Bees. It's their conditioning lip scrub honey. This smells good. I have used it once or twice, but the reality is I'm just not a lip scrub girl. I like to keep my lips hydrated by using like a sleeping mask at night, like the Laneige, or like a nice deep hydrating lip balm at night before I go to bed. And that way I feel like I don't get crusty lips. I don't need to exfoliate them. And I don't like anything abrasive on my lips anyway. So this is not abrasive. It's actually quite soft for a lip scrub, but I'm going to see if a friend wants it. I've only used it, maybe my husband. I don't even think he's going to use it though. So we'll see if I can pass that one along, because it's not a bad product. I don't use them. And a few of you are going to be a bit upset, but I did count and I've got about 40 foundations. So I just think I'm in a space where if I think a foundation is just not going to work for me, I need to let it go. So this is the Too Faced Born This Way Soft Matte. I did receive this at work in that same way I received the illuminating drops in the Meccaversity. I had a sample of this when it first came out because I like to try new foundations so I know how they perform. And then I received this. I've used this once and I don't think it's for me. It's too yellow. I found that it oxidized a little bit by the time I got to work. I felt like I looked much darker here than the rest of my body. And it doesn't look nice on my skin. I have a friend who is warm toned and a little bit darker than me, and I think she would like this. She also has oily skin. So I'm going to give this to her, and I think she's going to appreciate it. So I am going to pass it along. I would rather someone that is going to actually use it have it than it just sit here and me being like trying to make it work when I literally have like 40 foundations. I am going to declutter this, but with good intention. I have someone that is going to. Let's go into Empties. This is the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Play Body Wash. So I don't like the original smell of this, the yellow, what is it, 62, in the spray and the body butter. I find it too overwhelming, but I liked it in the body wash and I like it in the body oil. So I'm very selective because I do understand why people love this scent, but for me, there's something nauseating about it. There's a note in there that doesn't agree with my nose. But in the body wash, I really liked it. It foamed up really nicely. It washed really well. And I really enjoyed using this. So I am going to buy the purple one, the Delicia Drench Shower Oil, when my Soap and Glory body wash ends. That is next on my list, but I did really enjoy this one. And then my last empty is from Bondi Sands. Funny story, I actually didn't finish all of this. I have all my skincare in the bathroom, and we have one bathroom, so I share with my children. And I saw evidence that this was squeezed down the sink. So there was some left, but I didn't really use the whole bottle. I had just taken it out, and I think because it's colorful, I think it attracts children. They've done it, and I could see the evidence in the sink, and then I felt this one and it felt empty. So I would say I probably didn't even use a quarter of this. I would say I probably used maybe a sixth of this. But that, honestly, I didn't like the product. So maybe of all the products that they picked to throw down the drain, this was probably the best one. I can't be angry about it. So this is the Buff and Polish Refining Gentle Chemical Exfoliant with AHA and PHA. It wasn't strong enough for me. I have an oily skin type, and I didn't like the feeling of it. It didn't feel like it was sinking in. It says once absorbed, finish with a moisturizer. I didn't feel like it really absorbed. I felt like it just kind of sat there. Not in an oily way, in a filmy way. I don't know how to describe it. So I did wanted to finish it just so I could get a good understanding of whether I liked it or not, but I did not use the whole product, and it is now empty, and I would not repurchase this. I don't even know if I'd recommend it for dry skin. I just felt like it wasn't anything, because there are even AHAs out there that you can still feel a tingle. Like, I just don't think this was active enough. I don't think it was strong enough to be really doing much. So yeah, that's an empty. All right, products I'm loving. I guess the products that I'm hating is the one that I decluttered. I still don't have an update. I was going to give an update with the MCO Beauty lip liner, but I still need time with it. I've only worn it twice, and I kind of forgot that I was wearing it, so I didn't give myself an update. So I'm going to come back to you next week with an update on this, because I am on the fence with it. I don't know if it's groundbreaking or a total miss. So products that I am loving currently, this is the Burt's Bees Lemon Butter Cuticle Cream. It smells so delicious that I want to eat it. It smells like lemon curd. Lemon butter, yeah. It smells sweet lemon deliciousness. So I use this on my cuticles. I just keep it on the table here because I get extremely dry fingers. There's something that I just deal with, and I get very dry cuticles here. This is just really nice. It's actually quite, what's the word? Not dry, but it's quite firm. So you're not picking up too much product. So this is the kind of product that I like, because I feel like it's just going to last me. And it's not heavy. I really, really like it. I so recommend it. This was sent to me, and it's one of those products where you're like, oh, I would never have known to pick this out, but now that I have it, I'm so grateful that I have it. And my hands smell delicious. What are the ingredients in here? Top ingredient is sweet almond oil, beeswax, citrus lemon peel oil, coca seed butter, candelilla wax, rosemary leaf extract, soybean oil, sunflower seed oil, canola oil, and a couple of things at the bottom. But it's 100% natural origin with nutrient-rich botanicals. Definitely recommend that. You know, sometimes there's all these things that I use all the time that I don't recommend to you guys that I really should. And this is one of the products that I forget is a really good product that I need to tell you about. I got 3 more products. 2 of them are what I mentioned, what I had that was new last week, and I've been loving them. So this is the Girl Cult blush in number 18. Perfect. It's the perfect, it almost looks like this. This is more pigmented though. I am wearing the Fui Blurring Pudding Pot in number RD02 Mule, and this is like a very much a red. I'm just really loving a red blush at the moment. And this is like that, except maybe a little bit more neutral. This is more of like a traditional red. This is more of like a neutral kind of burnt red. And then the other one is the Romand Blur Fudge tint in the shade Bad Berry. It's the color. Look at this color. It is the perfect rose berry. It's not too purple. There's still like a pinky rose in it. I'm obsessed with the color. It is not drying. It is a blurring tint, that velvet kind of finish. It's just stunning. I absolutely love it. It's not patchy. It's so good. It's so good. I recommend it. Now, this is a limited edition shade, I believe. I don't know if they sell this in different packaging, but I know that this is a collab product. But I did buy this off Yes Style, and I do have a discount code always linked in the description. And then my last favorite product is the Kayali Eden Sparkling Lychee 29. So this I've been wearing a few times. It doesn't look like I've used much, I'll be honest. But I wore it a few times this week. It's the end of summer, and I'm just thinking to myself, what summer fragrances have I abandoned? And this was one of them, and I forget how deliciously juicy this is. This for me is on the sweeter side to what I usually go for, but it's this summery sweetness. It's juicy and tarty and lychee, and this to me is when I just feel like I'm wearing like a pretty floral dress and I'm just feeling really feminine and summery and I want to smell fresh. This is quite delightful. It's probably become one of my favorite Kayali fragrances just because I did a really good job of making a juicy fragrance that didn't smell really immature. I actually like this more than the Eden Apple. There's something about apple and fragrances that has a toothpaste scent to my nose. So I didn't love that one. I like the dry down of that one, but not the initial scent. But this, I love the initial and the dry down. It's such a lovely fragrance. Products that I rolled in last week. Let's start with my foundation. I only use this once. I haven't worn a ton of makeup this week, and that is the main reason. But I have worn this, and then I was, on camera, I used this one. I've still got my Project Pan. So if I'm only wearing makeup 3 times a week, that's only using each one once, you know what I mean? I did use it. I do wish I got a little bit more use out of it. Ooh, but it's only a week. I can't be too hard on myself. This is the Facefinity All Day Flawless Airbrush Finish 3-in-1 foundation. I have the shade Warm Ivory. I brought this in because it's summer. This is a summer color for me, and I do really like it. This is a really nice foundation, and I think I still need to use it more. I've only used it a few times in total, but I really liked it. So definitely something to look out for. It's a full coverage, medium to full buildable coverage with a weightless feel. I feel like it's more of a medium coverage. I think what I consider full coverage is I can't see my freckles. This, I still see my freckles. So maybe it is buildable to full, but I don't like putting too much foundation on my face because then I wear concealer. So I usually like to do 1 pump on my face, which gave me about a medium coverage. My concealer is the Rimmel Multitasker Concealer. I probably use this 3 times, I want to say. And I've been using my Kosas. I'm actually using my Project Pan concealer as my foundation today, mixed with the Bronzy drops. I just wanted a really weightless, like I'm just at home today, I wanted a really weightless kind of face, and so I actually use that as a foundation. And this can also be used as a foundation. A lot of concealers are actually really nice as foundations because you just put it in the center of your face and you blend it out, and it gives you really good coverage but a very thin layer, so it still looks natural but you got good coverage. I really like this concealer. It's solid, it's reliable, it's good coverage, and it is a matte finish. My perfume was the Jo Malone English Pear and Sweet Pea, and it doesn't look like it, but I wore this quite a lot this week, and it's for that reason. With this is it's that really nice soft, oh, this is soft, this one's a lot sweeter, but this has got this really feminine softness that I really like in summer. So it's still fresh, feminine, easy to wear for day and night. It's a gorgeous fragrance. My husband actually complimented me on it, and I tell you what, That man rarely compliments on my fragrance. And I wish he did it more because, you know, fragrance means a lot to me. So if someone compliments me, I'm like, oh my God, thank you. I'm actually wearing this. So he complimented me on this. So you know it's a winner. It's a beautiful fragrance. And then lastly that I had throughout the week is the Warrior 2 by Juvia's. I actually am pretty disappointed in myself. I only used this once and I'm using it right now today. This is the only time I've used it. Isn't it stunning? It's the most beautiful palette. So I'm actually going to keep this in. I have got another palette that I'm bringing in, but it's tiny. And it's actually going to pair perfectly with this because this is all mattes. I need to give this another week. I'm very disappointed in myself and I don't want to put this away. So we're going to keep this in, but I have brought another mini one to pair really nicely with it. So the products that I'm bringing in this week, I tend to just do foundation, concealer because I have so many, a perfume because I have so many, and an eyeshadow palette. I try not to do too much because I still want to go through my drawers and pick what I want, but there are a few things that I do definitely intentionally want to bring in for the week. So my foundation is one of my absolute favorites. It's the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint with Vitamin C. I have the shade 03. It is just the most perfect medium coverage, glowy but not oily kind of formula, and I'm super excited to wear this for the week. My concealer is the MCO Beauty Brighten and Perfect Cream Concealer, clearly a dupe for the NARS. I think I've only used this once or twice. So this for me is something that I really want to use a bit more throughout the week, and I think it's going to pair well with this foundation. I do like to pair the foundation and concealer together, but I'm excited to give this a go. And I also am bringing in the Kind Collective Concealer and Color Corrector Palette. And the reason I want to bring this in is I haven't used it much. And it's very versatile. It might be something that I actually leave in for a few weeks because we do have some like bronzer contour shades, color corrector, concealer, color corrector. So it's very much something that you can mix and play with. And I've only used two. I've only used these two here. So it's something that I want to play with more because when I did use it, I liked it. So even though I have a concealer, I want to bring this in as well. And then my eyeshadow palette is from Eye of Horus, which is an Australian brand, very high quality. This is full metal. It's very heavy. And they have fully refillable packaging. So all of these you can buy individually and refill. They have two shades. So this is the warm one. I think they have a more rosy one as well. So this is going to pair really nicely with the other palette that I have. There are two shimmers and the mattes even look a little satiny. So I'm really excited to give this a go as well. I think it's going to look really nice with the mattes from the Juvia's place and pair really well together. And then last but very not least, we have 1 week left of summer and I'm already over it. So I'm bringing in autumn vibes from Replica. I'm done. Goodbye summer, hello autumn, come to me. So I love this fragrance. This is a Woody Trail and Red Leaves. To me it smells very much like a clean wood fragrance, very unisex. It's not too smoky, it's not too earthy. It's very much just a clean wood, and it very much describes autumn. It's a beautiful kind of everyday fragrance. I'd wear this more during the day personally. And you can see I've used a little bit, not too much, and I really want to get some good use out of it. So we're going to pop that in for the week. So that is the roundup for the week. I hope you enjoy what I have reviewed, what I've gotten rid of, and what I'm bringing in for the week to come. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.